the last day of July 2023. This is the 31st day, and welcome to KTV Primetime News. We have a lot in store for you tonight, but as is our custom, let's take a look at our top stories tonight. Cost of living, electoral reforms and police brutality among major points of misunderstanding in the Ruto-Raila talks. Senate Health Committee visit Kenyatta University Teaching, Referral and Research Hospital to address health students' concerns. Search for Haji's successor. 15 candidates seeking position of Director of Public Prosecution to be grilled starting tomorrow. And over 140,000 students who sat for 2022 KCAC have qualified for placement in university, CS Machogu reveals. Alright, welcome to the broadcast. Samuel Kelo is our sign language interpreter tonight. My name is Ann Odida, and we're live on our social media platforms at KTV_Kenya. That is on Facebook and YouTube. Remember to interact with us on the X app, that is on Twitter. We begin. Now, differences have emerged between the Kenya Kwanza team and their Azimio counterparts in relation to the agenda that will be given priority in the bipartisan talks. The talks, which will be spearheaded by former Nigerian President Olusegun Obasanjo, will see Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka lead the Azimio team to address the stalemate occasioned by weeks of anti-government protests. Listen in.
Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition has officially submitted its 5-member team that will face the rival Kenya Kwanza team in the bipartisan talks. Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka has been nominated to lead the team, which also comprises of DAP Kenya Party leader Eugene Wamalwa, National Assembly Minority Leader Opiyo Wandayi, Malindi MP Amina Mnyanzi, and Nyamira Senator Okongo Omogeni. However, the opposition have differed with the Kenya Kwanza team for not including the cost of living, electoral reforms and police brutality, among other contentious issues, as part of the agenda of the proposed dialogue between the two parties to solve their political differences.
They denied the presence of President Suluhu here a few weeks ago, and now they want to deny the presence of His Excellency Obasanjo. Number 6, while we remain committed to dialogue with Kenya Kwanza for a speedy and sustainable resolution to the country's problems, our issues have not changed.
Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi has claimed that Raila Odinga has opted for a mediator in the talks in order to satisfy his own interest. Mudavadi noted that other countries do not invite Kenya to intervene whenever they are in crisis.
Kenya is not facing an international crisis. You cannot compare what is happening in Sudan to what is in Kenya. Sudan has got a crisis. Kule West Africa, there is a crisis. Kenya does not have a crisis. We have a president duly elected, vindicated by the Supreme Court, and Kenya is peaceful.
Government officials who played a part in President Ruto's victory in the last elections have warned that dialogues with the opposition will disrupt Kenya Kwanza agenda.
Watu wale ni wabinafsi. Wana ubinafsi mkubwa sana, na kama kuna mazungumzo yoyote yataendelea kuzungumzwa, Rais, tunakuomba sasa yawe waziwazi. Paruanja, wananchi hata wao waone wanachokisema kule ndani.
Musalia Mudavadi leo asubuhi ameniambia kutafuta nusu mkate kwa serikali ya William Samoei Ruto ni
wapo kama tia. Nyama kwani nipe bia.
Da, maisha ni haya mwanaume ali. Da, sielewi yani hata neno moja. Yani tunasikia tu maboko likolo. Yani ukiniangalia tu mwamba huyu anafiti sehemu fulani. Wewe ni wewe inakaa. Without your love, I can't move on. Yo, that's your boy Rhino the Don. Keep watching and listening to KUTV.
What are some of the ways through which you can develop these skills so that you are comfortably fitting into the job?
You have to put yourself in positions where you are uncomfortable in the sense that you are not clear about what to do.
Because I used to work a corporate job before. So when I left, I happened to visit someone's farm around this area. So this project is called Security Breach Detector and Readiness Familiarize. It is meant to be used to detect, detonate explosive. We'll tackle all the tough issues, discuss all the weird moments, and hopefully share a few laughs along the way.
We apologize for that. Let's continue with our coverage. Now, the question of who will be the next Director of Public Prosecutions after the appointment of Nordin Haji as the Director General of the National Intelligence Service has kept the public waiting for an answer. 15 candidates have been shortlisted to compete for the position, where a panel of 7, among them Kutv Secretary General Francis Atwoli, is expected to interview the 15 on Tuesday and Wednesday this week.
Following the National Assembly approval of Nordin Haji's appointment as the Director General of National Intelligence Service (NIS), the search for Haji's successor in the office of the Director for interviews. Among those who will be interviewed are former IBC Commissioner Thomas Lentangule, Jacinta Nyaboke Nyamosi in the DPP's office, Victor Vinyamule, lawyer Taib Ali Taib, Tabitha Nyama Ouya, David Kiplagat Ruto, and lawyer Danstan Umari Mogaka, who have been slated for tomorrow between 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., each of them to be interviewed separately. Those slated for Wednesday are Judge Ndai Weche Francis, Winston Aswan Ngaira, Peter Mungadhia Mailanya, Lilian Obuo, who used to be the Chief of Staff of Nordin Haji, Jacob Nyakundi Ondari, James Wahomendegwa, David Mogunde Okachi, and Renson Molele Ingonga. The 7-member panel will include Kutv Secretary General Francis Atwoli, Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission Boss Twale Mbaruk, Public Service Principal Secretary Mary Kimonye, Solicitor General Shadrach Mose, Richard Onsongo, Bush Obocha, and the Chairperson of the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights, Roslyn Odede. Caroline Kimwele, KUTV.
140,000 students who sat for last year's national exams have secured placement to degree programs. Out of the 141, only less than 10,000 are set to join private universities. According to the report released today by Education Cabinet Secretary Ezekiel Machogu, more than 80% of students who qualified for degree programs have secured placement in various universities, while over 145,000 others have been placed to pursue courses in technical and vocational education and training institutions, that is TVETs.
Education Cabinet Secretary Ezekiel Mashogu today officially released the universities and colleges placement results for the year 2023-2024. More students are set to pursue TVET courses compared to degree programs, with over 9,000 applicants who qualified for degree courses opting to be placed in TVET institutions.
Out of the 2022 KCSE graduates, over 45,000 university students and for the 2,000 TVET students categorized as vulnerable and extremely needy will be fully funded under the government scholarships and loans.
A total of 870,561 candidates were eligible for placement to universities and colleges. This represents less than 3/4 of the number of candidates who were eligible. Over 98% of those who submitted applications, however, secured courses. Speaking during the event at Kenya School of Government earlier today, Education CS Ezekiel Mashogu noted that the Kenya Universities and Colleges Central Placement Board processed the applications of the 2022 KCSE cohort strictly based on choice and merit. His statements were reiterated by the Placement Service Board Chairman, Mr. Cyrus Gituai, who confirmed that the placement process maintained equity, fairness, and merit. CS Mashogu also launched the new higher education funding portal HEF, a new funding model which replaces automatic capitation that was in place before. New students who require funding will be required to make formal application through the new portal. Continuing students will, however, not be affected by the new model and will continue to receive funding from the existing HELB model.
Their categorization will be realized through a reliable scientific method, commonly known as means testing instrument, used to determine the students' level of financial needs to ensure they are supported adequately. However, the continuing students will not be affected by this funding model and will continue to receive their funding based on the government's existing model.
Sponsorship will now be based on a student's economic background, with a new model unveiled by President Ruto's government grouping students into vulnerable, less vulnerable, and able categories. Joseph Oyomo, KUTV.
Now, it will not be mandatory for Kenyans to acquire new digital identity cards. The Cabinet Secretary for Information, Communication and Digital Economy, Eliud Owalo, assured Kenyans during the release of his ministry's one-year status report today. The CS has also revealed the government's plan to establish 25,000 hotspots nationwide to ensure Kenyans at the bottom of the economic pyramid enjoy access to the internet.
Kenya to undergo digital transformation. As Cabinet Secretary for Information, Communication and Digital Economy, Eliud Owalo, releases the ministry's one-year status report today at Serena Hotel, Nairobi. Owalo has highlighted several key initiatives undertaken by the ICT ministry in the past year, including the successful rollout of the fiber optic cable, the establishment of free public Wi-Fi hotspot, the digitization of government services, and the revitalization of the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation, among others. On the fiber optic cable project, Owalo announced that the Kenya Kwanza administration had surpassed its target, laying 5,280 kilometers, which is 280 kilometers more than the set goal by June 2023. Furthermore, the CS revealed the government's plan to establish 25,000 hotspots nationwide, aiming to ensure that Kenyans, especially those with lower economic means, have access to the internet. Which are so far generated substantial. Owalo has also unveiled plans to introduce a first virtual university in Kenya to be hosted in the Konza metropolis and aligns with the government's vision of creating a digital superhighway for seamless service delivery. The ministry's digital plan will soon see the nation witness the local assembly of smartphones, with the first batch expected to roll out within a month. These smartphones will be retailed at approximately 5,600 Kenya shillings. Patrick Odur, KUTV.
Senate Health Committee, led by its chair, Senator Jackson Mandago, has today visited Kenyatta University and the Kenyatta University Teaching, Referral and Research Hospital. I beg your pardon. Now, as part of the process, issues recently raised by the student leaders allowed to access the hospital as part of their training. Eliud Mutweri tells us more in this report.
The Senate Health Committee earlier today toured the facilities used by Kenyatta University in training medical students as it listened to the pleas of the university management, which wants to be granted permission to use the Kenyatta University Teaching, Referral and Research Hospital for training.
you have seen there's no school, no department is together. So our students have to go to Kiambu, all the students, and share the amount of money we have been using, the time that the students have been actually spending unnecessarily, all that actually make it so difficult. We want to maintain quality medical education, and we are feeling that is what we have been denied.
The university's Vice Chancellor, Professor Paul Wainaina, who had raised issues of the hospital's management taking over its facilities, told the committee that the university is capable of running the hospital and it had a clear plan to do so.
And we came up with a plan, a business plan, which actually we took to Treasury, and the Treasury bought the plan. And the plan was we were going to actually run the hospital, and in the 4th year, we were going to break even.
Afterwards, in the afternoon, the committee was led to the referral hospital. The senators inquired on why the university is not represented in the hospital's management board and why the initial plan, which was to allow the hospital to house the university medical school, was not implemented. The alleged initial plan was signed by the current referral hospital's chair of the board of directors, Professor Olive Mugenda, when she was the university's vice chancellor, and Professor Wainaina was her deputy.
And all of a sudden, we don't see her in the board. I think now it's a question for Kenyatta University to answer why it's not consistent with its board appointments of its representatives, and why they keep changing, the transitioning their medical representatives on this board.
The core matter in that petition is about the access of Kenyatta University medical students to use this facility in their learning. So we've just made a visit to university just to familiarize ourselves with the facility itself, and also get submissions from the university and also from the hospital board and management. That is exactly what we have done, and as a committee, we cannot comment more than that until we conclude our report and make our submissions to the House.
The referral hospital, which now offers specialist development training for medical practitioners, has blamed the university management for not following protocol to seek approval from relevant government authorities to use the hospital. Professor Mugenda, responding to the question why the hospital is offering training programs, says that it has been legally mandated to do so, while raising concerns of disagreements between her and Professor Wainaina, although she indicated willingness to collaborate with the university.
He was my deputy for 5 years, and we had no problem at all. So if it is because of the hospital, I left the hospital for 3 good years. I went to do other things until I was recalled of using it as a bait to have the hospital back. I think those are the questions also, with a lot of respect, you have to ask yourselves. Because if, with these 6 months, when we wrote the MOU, because that was the idea, and he signed the MOU, we signed together. That time there was no problem. Why did he take that MOU in 2020, write to the medical board, ask for they become accredited? All these things would not have happened, Honorable Senators.
Senator Mandago has urged both institutions to hand over supporting documents to the committee by Thursday this week to speed up the petition hearing process. The proceedings led by the Senate Health Committee intend to resolve the issue that will allow Kenyatta University health students to access the Kenyatta University Teaching and Referral Hospital for their training. Mutweri Eliud, KUTV.
Now it's 25 minutes past the top of the hour. Allow us to take a very fast short break at this point. We'll be coming back with an interview, so stay with us.
Are you an aspiring media practitioner, a graduate, or you just want to advance your skills in television production? Then welcome to Kenyatta University, where education meets innovation. KUTV, the premier university television station in Kenya, is now offering short courses in TV studio, field technical operations, and video editing. Through these courses, you will acquire hands-on skills on camera operations, media production, lighting techniques, audio-visual editing, and sound and visual control, and how to operate key equipment in modern TV control room. Enroll today at KUTV and discover your full potential in cutting-edge TV broadcasting. Graduates of these courses will receive professional certificates. For more information, visit our offices at KUTV Studios or call us on 020-870-4252 or 020-870-4255 or SMS us on 0739-110-544. KUTV, a new experience.
Hello everyone, this is the new chapter of Let's Be Fit. I'll be host DiCaplo. I'm here to give you various workouts. I'll be having different trainers. We'll have Zumba classes, we'll have aerobics classes, we'll have box exercise, we'll have kata box.
Sisters, looking for a show that brings you the
repossessing your property, intellectual or material.
This and more, only on Law Matters.
Adventures across the African continent.
See breathtaking wildlife, stunning landscapes,
and out of this world technologies.
Meet incredible scientists
and learn fantastic facts.
Explore, discover, be amazed.
Be part of the next generation of African change makers.
Be a part of Engine, Africa's #1 science discovery program. Yay!
We're learning every day.
KUTV, the premier university television station in Kenya, is now offering short courses in TV studio, field technical operations, and video editing. Through these courses, you will acquire hands-on skills on camera operations, media production, lighting techniques, audio-visual editing, and sound and visual control, and how to operate key equipment in modern TV control room. Enroll today at KUTV and discover your full potential in cutting-edge TV broadcasting. Graduates of these courses will receive professional certificates. For more information, visit our offices at KUTV Studios or call us on 020-870-4252 or 020-870-4255 or SMS us on 0739-110-544. KUTV, a new experience.
What is this magic? I need that magic.
All right, welcome back. You're watching KTV Primetime News, and of course, as I had hinted earlier, it's time for our discussion of the night. And today is Money Monday, but we're going to talk about digitizing education, and we want to find out how that relates with, the economy, as we do right here on Money Monday. So I am joined by Osai. I'll let him say his other name. He comes all the way from Nigeria. So welcome to our studio.
Thank you very much.
Please tell us that second name. I'm so sorry. It's so hard and don't want to butcher your name.
Yeah, so my name is Osai Zedewe, and I'm the CEO and founder of TSES Education. TSES Education is an Africa-focused education technology company that delivers groundbreaking educational content through hybrid solutions that's targeted at parents, teachers, learners, and government agents.
You said South African, but you are Nigerian. So I understand. I don't know if it started in South Africa or if it started in Nigeria.
So it's Africa focused, not South African. We see Africa as our core territory. We are not really concerned about borders because we believe that as Africans, we come from one stock, and our vision is really to transform the way education is delivered across Africa, because this is where we feel the biggest impact can be felt. Africa today, as we all know, is significantly behind the rest of the world in terms of education delivery. So the opportunities to create impact is in Africa, and that's why our focus is Africa-wide. So yes, we operate out of Nigeria and several other African countries, but Kenya is also an important geographical territory for us that we want to focus on because we see the opportunities to create impact here.
So I understand that it's an app. Before we go into now the countries in depth, but this is an online application, right? So what was the motive behind setting up this application?
Yeah, so just to provide some additional clarity, we're not just an app. The application is one of the vehicles through which we deliver the value that we create. The motive really for us is simple. The structure of education today in Africa is challenged, and technology provides us a veritable means to leapfrog some of the structural barriers that we face. There are parts of Africa today where the girl child, for example, cannot access education. There are parts of Africa today where, because of war or conflict, education is challenged. But with technology, we can leapfrog that. Also, in terms of the quality of delivery, technology can help level the playing field. When we talk about, teacher competency, when we talk about the quality of digital tools available to children, that is where technology can come in and really provide a level playing field. So the motivation for us is clear. We want to transform education across Africa, and we want to use technology and tech-enabled tools to do that.
Now, what category of learners does TSES address?
Yeah. So today we're primarily focused on the K-12 segment, but we see ourselves as a platform, right? That's why we call ourselves Africa's Learning Gateway. We believe that as we transition and as we grow, we are going to provide a platform for learners across Africa, across various age groups, to really engage with the content that's delivered through our platform, particularly through our hybrid solutions. So today we focus on the K-12 segment, which is from, what we call kindergarten all the way to about grade 12. But we also provide solutions for teachers to build their competency with respect to delivering digital content in the classroom. So today we cater for the K-12 and also for teachers.
Now, I would want to know, are other governments working with the teasers education?
Yeah, absolutely. So in Nigeria, we have several solutions. We give them tools, tablets. We also give them our educational app, an educational platform to help with content sharing, to help with classroom delivery, to help with scripted lessons. So it's an end-to-end, fully integrated solution that we provide. And today we have over 300,000 children or learners in Nigeria engaging with our platform. And we're currently training about 6,000 teachers in just one state in Nigeria. So yes, we do have governments interacting with the product. We're looking to do the same thing in Kenya as well.
Now, you've said over 3,000 teachers that is in Nigeria. I would want to know what you're doing now to also create this space for Kenyans now that are in Kenya, and most of our viewers are actually now Kenyans, our target audience. So what should they expect from teasers now that you're here?
Absolutely, a lot. We're working with critical stakeholders in the educational sector in Kenya. We're building awareness. We're new to this place, so naturally we have to build awareness. We have to make people see the benefit we bring to the table, and that process is ongoing. But I can assure you that as we build awareness around our products and our impact narrative here, we will be providing very, very detailed hands-on training to a lot of teachers. We believe that as we enhance the competency, particularly around digital literacy of Kenyan teachers, the ultimate beneficiary will be the Kenyan child. And so our focus for now is really to help those teachers come along on this journey.
Now, while they come along, now you're creating job opportunities for them as well, or you're taking the already trained teachers?
No, so the way we see ourselves are partners, right? We believe that as we grow here, through the robust partnerships that we're looking to develop, everyone benefits. Teachers, the government, the learners. So it's a very strong collaborative mindset that we bring to the table. What I can assure you is that as teachers work with us, there will be benefits. Benefits, not just financial benefits, but benefits in terms of really enhancing their skill set with respect to delivering digital literacy, with respect to delivering competency-based learning. Today, the CBC is new in this country, and a lot of teachers are still, coming to terms with how to deliver CBC-based content. We believe that we bring a special mix to the table, being that we understood the CBC challenge. We've hired the very best to help us navigate that challenge, and we have now condensed that into digital tools that teachers can interact with, understand, and become the best as well. So we believe that as we work with teachers and government agencies here, they'll come along on that journey and truly become the best and the brightest.
That means you already have students in Kenya joined in teasers?
Absolutely.
How many?
As of the last count, we have us already in Kenya, but we're confident that as we begin to build our brand narrative here, and that those numbers would increase drastically.
Wonderful. Now, you've also mentioned that you are 300,000, if I'm not wrong, members there. So how do you connect with this large number of people, learners rather?
So that's the beauty of technology. We have an education app, the TSAS education app, which is available on the Android and the iOS store, and is also available online at www.tsas.com. That's TEESAS.com. So our learners can access, pre-recorded videos that are infused with a lot of indigenous adaptations. For example, in Kenya today, learners can pick up Swahili on our app. Right, we deliver our content not just in English but also in Swahili, because even though we are Africa focused, we're also, very focused on delivering, indigenously adapted content that is relevant to the markets that we operate in. So through technology, we know when a student is on the app, we know the challenges the student is facing, and most interestingly, we have a parent app that is a companion to the student app, such that the parents also get to see how well their children are doing on the educational content that we're providing, and also personalized feedback is sent to the parents. So that way we also drive parent engagement as the learners go through their learning journey on our education app. Plus, we have learning centers where we provide physical touch points for the learners as well. We've just opened up a new learning center here in Kenya, right in Karen, and we have an exciting program coming up from August 14th to 18th, where we're going to be teaching children some really exciting things around STEAM, you know, science, technology, engineering, arts and maths, and emotional intelligence, life skills that will truly differentiate them in the workplace or as they mature through life. So we're really excited with the kind of products that we're bringing to the market here.
I'm sure now with teasers, it's not free. I know money is involved, and I know many are waiting to hear what are the costs of joining teasers. Is it really favorable now? We call it to the common mwananchi. By mwananchi, I mean to the common Kenyan now, who is living below the standards of it. Let's say, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
So the way we've structured our offerings is to really enable everyone come along on this journey. For example, on the TSAS Education app, we've structured the offering in such a way that it is free up until a certain extent, because we want learners to truly engage with the product and to fall in love with the product. For us, money is not the driver. We are an impact-focused organization. So the most important thing for us is to create value, to ensure that we're bringing learners on this journey. For example, a young learner in grade 5 who's trying to prepare for the KPSCA, right? They can come on our platform today, engage with our products, learn, build their self-confidence, watch videos that will teach them how to answer very specific questions in the KPSCA. And as they go along that journey, they would have gone very far before they even need to subscribe to any of our offerings. So it's a freemium strategy. So there's a free part of the product, and as you want more of it, you want to engage with more premium content, then you pay a small stipend. It's a really small fee. We're not really focused on the money. It's really about the impact and the transformative effect of digital education on children.
I'm glad that someone is watching, and a question that just came in. So they're asking, how do you run a teasers?
How do you run TSAS?
Yes.
As a company, or how do you get on the TSAS app?
Both.
Okay, so I mean, to get on the TSAS app, you just go on the Android or the iOS Play Store and download the app, TSAS Education app. You know, we have several variants. You have the learning app, which is for the learner. You have the parent app, which is the companion app. How I run TSAS as a business, I lead from the front. I'm a leader that believes that whatever you're asking your people to do, you should be able to do it. So I'm very hands-on, and I believe that good leaders lead with empathy, lead with passion. You've got to believe in what you're bringing, to the table, right? Because if you cannot bring passion, then of course, how do you expect your people to follow you? So I lead with passion, I lead with empathy, but I'm very hands-on.
From what I got is that only in Nigeria is where the government of Nigeria has partnered with teasers. Kenya is yet to, right?
Yes, no. We don't have that partnership yet in Kenya, but we're working on it.
Any private sector that is partnering with you at the moment?
Not yet. But a lot of those partnership discussions and collaborations are going on in the background. Yeah.
So it means that still teasers cannot handle our national examinations.
Well, we have the KPSCA, exam preparation product on the TSAS app today, TSAS Education app. We're already talking with, very key government agencies to provide the required certifications that would give, learners the confidence that all of our products are curriculum aligned with the new, CBC and KPSCA outline. So we're working on all of that.
So who are your partners in teasers and now who are helping you to enhance these digital skills for learners?
Well, our biggest partners are the learners, right? We believe very, very strongly that as long as we deliver materials that excite learners, that deliver substantial value for them, then they are our partners in progress, right? And of course, we collaborate with organizations like yours. That's why I'm here today, right? So we continue to look for partners that are aligned on that vision to create a very strong impact on the future of, learners across Africa. Once any organization shares that passion and vision, then they become our partners.
Right now, I would want you to now convince that Kenyan parent at home why they should now take their child out of a public Kenyan school or private Kenyan school and enroll them in TSAS.
Well, so the idea is not to substitute formal education. TSAS is really a school aid. We don't believe that there is no role for formal education. There is a role for formal education, but there are critical life skills that transform a learner's journey through life. And those are the critical life skills that we bring. Also, just ensuring that learners are prepared for major milestones, right? Also ensuring that as they interact with new curriculum, they have access to material that on their own, they can learn at their own pace. So for example, our pre-recorded videos are infused with a lot of animations, and they're delivered by the best and the brightest tutors. So for example, a child goes to school and learns algebra. If he has any doubts or any concerns with that particular work, they can come on our app and watch the videos over and over again, take test and practice questions that confirm that they truly understand what they have learned before they progress to the next stage of learning. That's the advantage that technology, like the TSAS Education app provides, and that's why every parent should get it. We've seen tremendous results. For example, we've done pilot tests where a cohort of children who use TSAS app showed consistent 42 to 48% improvement in school grades, right? Plus, they showed very substantial increase in the way they behaved, right? The improvement in behavior. Because, for example, on the app, we have access to the 7 Habits of Highly Effective Kids, which is built on the work of the late Stephen Covey, the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. We've taken all of those core principles, developed short videos, exciting, engaging videos around those core principles, and they're available on the app. So as children watch those kind of material, even their behavior, their worldview, their paradigms, how they see the world changes for the better. So we're really focused on the whole child. We don't just believe that academics is the only part of a child's learning journey that should be focused on. You've got to also train a child to think the right way, to see the world in the right way. That, along with the academics, build a child that is future ready. And that's what we're focused on at TSAS.
All right, now you'll be 3 years this year in August, or are you already 3 years?
No, we're not already 3 years.
It will be in August. So
well, yes, about that time. Yeah.
So I want to know, what is your target, in relation to the numbers of learners that you want to target with the TSAS app now?
Yeah. So we've set a very bold, audacious goal for ourselves that over the next 5 years, we are going to reach 10 million users across Africa. We're not there yet. We're barely even at 1 million. But we're confident that as we continue to build, material.
When they said dream big, you took it seriously. I like it. Now, how do you assemble your team of app developers? I know it's not that easy to come up with an app that now wants to involve little kids. How did you come up with the app developers for this to ensure that they are not also facing cyberbullying?
And that's one of the key advantages of having a dedicated device and an application for your children. So because we do a lot of systems thinking, we don't just deliver an app. We also have a companion tablet called the Mose Omotab 2, right, which is available across leading phone retailers in Kenya today. The tablet is designed with a very rugged and proprietary protective screen that ensures that even when it falls on the child's hand, it doesn't break. And on that tablet, we now have the TSAS app pre-installed and free 3-month subscription to the TSAS app. So we think end to end. That way, parents don't have to worry that their phones will get broken when, they are having to learn on the TSAS app. They have a dedicated device that they can use. With respect to app developers, Africa it's a continent that is full of super talented individuals. So all our developers are Africans. We are focused on Africa. We are built by Africa for Africans. So we have the talent here to deliver, and that's exactly what we're doing.
Wonderful. I'm being told you're working on borrowed time, but I want to give you now at least 2 or 1 minute to convince that one parent who is now just joining us live about TSAS. Tell them now. That is your camera.
So TSAS is a transformative educational platform that can truly help your child from an academic and a life skills perspective. And we do this through several verticals. We have a tablet that is focused on education that comes with the TSAS app pre-installed. That tablet is the Mose Omotab 2 tablet. It's readily available across leading phone stores in Kenya, and is also available through our social media channels where we can deliver to you directly. We also have a learning center right here in Nairobi at Karen, where we're having our STEAM workshop from August 14th to 18th. Please, if your child is at home that period, bring them to our learning centers. It's going to be truly transformative. We're teaching them, coding. We're teaching them engineering. We're teaching them life skills. We're teaching them, core elements of the 7 habits of highly effective children. We're teaching them science, we're teaching them arts. It's truly transformative. TSES thinks about the whole child, and through our application, which is available on the Play Store, on the iOS Store, the TSES Education app, your child can engage with our content that are tutor-led. We have the best and the brightest tutors, and also infused with indigenous adaptations and engaged content that will truly make your child excited about learning. You will learn local languages, Kiswahili. You will also learn even Arabic, French, and other academic material. So make TSES your choice for a bright future for your child.
Wonderful. I hope you are convinced. Tell us your feedback on our social media platform that is on the X app. Be sure that we will review your feedback. Now, allow us to continue with our coverage at this point. That is Osai. I apologize, I cannot pronounce the next name, but he is perfect. He is the CEO. Now, a 31-year-old widow in Malindi County is seeking compensation from the government following the loss of her 17-year-old son, who was crushed by a lorry that was reversing to dump waste in Mayungu's Timboni dump site. Jen Mwango recounts that her late son, Daniel Thomas, was the only hope for the family, which now wants the government to compensate them with 250,000 Kenya shillings.
Jane Mwango is a grieving woman after losing her 17-year-old son, Daniel Thomas, in the tragic accident which was caused by a reversing lorry that was dumping waste at the Timboni dump site in Malindi County. Daniel, who was still in school, was the only hope for the family.
Asubuhi yote nilikuwa huku. By saa 9 tumemaliziwa na nakuta mtoto wangu mwingine wa 5 ndo anakuja na kulia, ananiambia mama, Dani amekufa, amekanyagwa na gari. Na watu wengine walikataa hata kwenda kunitolea ushahidi wenye ambao waliona ile gari kimgonga ule mtoto wangu. Na ule mtoto wangu na ambaye alikuwa yule nimemtegemea hapa nyumbani atanisaidia.
John Mwango, who is an uncle to the late, says that his efforts to involve the government in the burial's budget and compensation ended after they were given 50,000 shillings instead of 250,000 shillings as initially planned in accordance with the budget. He now calls upon the government to offer them the remaining amount of compensation.
Tumebaki na majonzi, ni kama serikali imetuacha. Sasa sisi tunaomba serikali hii ya ukweli na haki iingilie, kwa maana mtoto yule amekufa na sasa hii tumeachwa. Watu wa Timboni tumekuwa sasa tunaonekana ni kama sisi hatuna mpango kwa sababu tunaishi Timboni.
According to James Kahaso, who is a resident of Timboni, similar incidents of lorries crashing on people have been witnessed before.
Hali hilo tukia tarehe hiyo sio hata mara ya kwanza. Sasa hii mtoto aweza kwa kama 3 wanakinyagwa hapa, wanakufa na hatuoni msaada wowote. Basi tunarudi kwa serikali, basi tuone na sisi kama Wakenya wa kawaida waone hii haki venye inaenda, kwa sababu hali yetu ni ya shida na naona kama serikali inatusahau.
Tunaomba serikali hao ambao nyama ni binadamu, na kama serikali inajua kwamba.
Dorothy Musyoka, KUTV.
Right now, leaders in Garissa County are now calling for collaboration between the locals and the security agencies in a bid to eliminate threats posed by the Al-Shabaab militants. Peace Chairman Osman Ibrahim Abdi said that insecurity in the county will only be addressed through collaboration between the locals and security agencies.
Terrorism cases continue to strike fear among Kenyans, especially those living in the northeastern region. Garissa leaders, led by County Peace Chairman Osman Ibrahim Abdi, stated that insecurity in the county and the region at large can be best addressed through collaboration between locals and security agencies.
International criminal ambaye wanajulikana wako kati ya Kenya na Somalia na Ethiopia, tupigane pamoja akiwa sisi watu wa pamoja.
The DAB member of County Assembly, Muhammad Abdi, cited that local community involvement is key in ensuring that peace and security is attained in the 3 countries of Somalia, Kenya and Ethiopia.
Yetu ni kuhakikisha tuweke usalama baina ya nchi 3 ya Ethiopia, Kenya na Somalia. na hiyo ndio umuhimu wetu wa kuwa hapa na kuhakikisha kuna uhusiano mwema katika majirani ya nchi ya Somalia, Ethiopia na Kenya.
Abakaile MCA Hajir Dahia noted that the three countries are united and working together for ensuring security is maintained and for development purposes.
Ukikuta ulihan Somalia, yeye ndugu yetu, ukikuta yeye Ethiopia, yeye ndugu yetu, akiwa hapa pia ni hivyo. Na ile boda ambayo tunashare, tunaona ya kwamba ni boda ambayo tumewekewa na wakoloni, lakini tunatambua ya kwamba sisi tuko Kenya na sisi ni wa Kenya, lakini tuko na uhusiano mzuri for security and development purposes.
This comes following several Al-Shabaab attacks that were reported in the previous months, with the latest having over 30 security officers killed by improvised explosive devices in more than 10 attacks across Garissa and Lamu counties. Dorothy Musyoka, KUTV.
Alright, now let's take a look at what's happening in the world of sports. Former Harambee Stars captain Musa Otieno has alleged that poor support and absence of fans during National League matches is due to lack of assured security during the matches. Otieno said this during Kutv Cup in Metaboni Ward, Machakos County, where Kutv FC merged the winning team out of 9 teams that participated in the cup.
Lack of enough assured security during national leagues in the country has contributed to poor fan base in fields during national leagues. These are sentiments of the former Harambee Stars captain Musa Otieno, who feels fan base in local matches is bigger compared to that of national leagues. While attending Kutv Cup in Metaboni Ward, Machakos County, Musa alleged that most leaders attend local matches compared to national league matches, which is a sign that there is peace in villages.
Huko juu kuna shida moja, changamoto kubwa ni unapaka gari yako pale nje, haujui kama iko safe. Ukitoka pia pale unapata ukifungwa, pia kuna vurugu. Lakini uko mtaani, nasema uko mtaani unajua uko mali kuna safe na kuna security. Unaona kama waheshimiwa wote wawili wako hapa kwa mpira. Siku ngapi muona waheshimiwa wawili wamepatana kwa mpira kwa stadium?
However, Metaboni MCA, who is also the Kutv Cup sponsor, Philip Mutua, was excited by the good work that the players have done and congratulated them for maintaining discipline in the field.
Ningependa kupongeza vijana wetu. Kwanza wamekuwa disciplined katika uwanja. Ukishindwa ulikuwa unakubali. Ukiangalia ile timu ilikuwa imeongoza Mwanga FC, hata ilishindwa mara 2. Hakuna timu imekuwa unbeaten. Kwa hivyo kuonesha nini? Kuonesha hii ligi imekuwa competitive.
Coaches and players who participated in the league, however, urged the county government to set a budget for financing sports in the county level.
Big changamoto ningependa kwa tupia ni kwamba waheshimiwa wawili, kwa sababu katika county assembly, kwa nini msiende mpitishe mswada tupewe sports funds kwa kila ward? Ukute hiyo sports funds inaweza saidia zile vilabu ziko, zinaweza fanya shughuli zao za michezo, sio kungojea nyinyi mfundraise kwa marafiki zenu tu hivyo.
At the same time, Mwala MP Vincent Musyoka termed the leagues as one of the ways to keep the boys engaged to avoid mischievous behaviors caused by idleness.
Sometimes lazima ujiulize kama vijana wajaletwa karibu, what else will they be doing when left loose? Na I'm also happy about this particular initiative kwa sababu it's not a one-off initiative. Ni mpira ambaye inaendelea kama leagues, inachukua muda, napata vijana wanakuwa engaged for a long period of time.
Musyoka assured the people in attendance that the government will invest more in building talents locally. Salma Swaleh, KUTV.
And finally, a team of 15 fighters comprising of 10 men and 5 from Mozambique, where Team Kenya managed to bag 4 medals, 3 silvers and 1 bronze. The Kenya national did start by winning their 2 fights that happened yesterday. The preliminary started with Captain Boniface Mugunde qualifying for the quarterfinals by 4-1 against Burundian Nesta Nduwarugira in the men's light middleweight, while Robert Okaka closed the day in another enthralling encounter against Ugandan Idirisa Mukibi in the light heavyweight division. All right, that brings us to the end of our bulletin tonight. Many thanks indeed for keeping us company. Thank you so much for your valued participation in making this bulletin a success. Be sure to join me again tomorrow in our conversation on the state of the nation. My name is Anne Odida. I'm in the company of Samuel Kello, who's our sign language interpreter tonight. Have a good night.